normal screen, but it's fine on our screen.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. No, the small screen is fine. My big screen isn't.
Okay, I'm just going to let you stand out so that people join in.
That screen's fine. So I think it's just a computer.
Oh, we're live on YouTube.
So, Assalamu alaikum, Big Chef, and also there's a mini chef waiting for us right there. It's great to be back, and whenever you want to start, you can start. You're on YouTube Live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mini Chefs. We're just going to wait for a couple of minutes so people can join us today. We like to let people log on slowly. Hopefully people will start joining us soon. Can we have some names of the people that are here with us today? If you have logged in as your parent's name, you have the option of going to yourself and right-clicking and changing your name. So it would be really helpful if you could on your side, if you could change your name to, for example, Zainab here. So she changed her name to Zainab Khan 10. So we know this is Zainab who's entered our meeting today and she's 10 years old. Because I'd love to know what children are here joining us today. Have we got anyone waving? Any comments coming in?
We've got Fizan Ibrahim saying Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, Fizan Ibrahim. Welcome back. Really happy to have you guys here. Had some fantastic entries for the competition that we set last week. Really looking forward to sharing those with you today. Anyone else? I can see lots of people coming in at the moment. So please, if you've just entered, I would love it if you could change your names if it's not already set to your name. Rename yourself on the meeting with your name and your age. So Zainab would rename herself as Zainab Khan 10. Yep. So we know exactly who's here today. If you're not able to do that and it's under your parent's name, I'm really sorry if I refer to you as your parent's name. It's what we see on this side. So, you know, maybe give us some comments. The chat is down below. If you've got any questions or anything, then please do pop that in the chat for us. Javeria, 11 years old. Welcome, Javeria. Lovely to have you back. We're just going to wait a couple of minutes so everybody can join us because we know sometimes it takes a few minutes for people to come online. So I'm really happy to have you all here today. We've got something really exciting to bake today, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's an interesting story about how this recipe came along. How far, Coach Chef Fatima, we've got Chef Fatima in the background over there. How far are we into the meeting? Do you think we're ready to start the cooking live?
We're 5 minutes in, and
Yep.
some people are saying I do not have a camera, or I'm not able to change my name.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry if you're not able to change your name. Don't worry about the camera. We are not camera sharing. This is our first session where we are going to go where?
Yeah.
YouTube Live. And because we're going YouTube Live, that the only video that will be seen later on will be our video here. So you guys at home can recreate this recipe whenever you like. So a couple of things for you if you have just joined. Make sure your ovens are on, guys. So 190C is fantastic. Yeah, I know. Big Chef Fatima looking at my oven, but my oven is commercial oven, so it's extremely powerful, so it's a bit lower. But 190C, get those ovens hot and ready. And all we need today for today's cooking is a plain large tray. And I have sprayed this with some cooking spray, which I have in my kitchen here. You guys might not have that cooking spray, that's absolutely fine. Zainab, what can they put on their tray to make sure their bakes don't stick?
Baking paper.
Baking paper, greaseproof paper, or you could just get some butter and margarine and very lightly spread that on, or a little bit of oil, but a very light covering, okay? So they don't stick. So make sure your trays are ready, make sure your oven is on for 190, and we are ready to go. Chef Fatima, do you think we have most participants here with us already?
We have, yes, 23 people are here already at the moment.
Okay, fantastic. We're going to get started. Thank you, Coach Fatima. So thumbs up if we're ready, guys. Got lots to do today. And the most exciting thing is we're not going to get cut off like we did last week. So don't worry about timings.
Sorry, we have a question.
Yes, question.
Can we use an oven tray?
Yes, that's exactly what we're using here today. Zainab, thank you. We are using an oven tray. So that's exactly what we're using today. We just need a plain tray. Don't worry if you've got a roasting dish beside, you can still use the inside of that. That's absolutely fine. So we are going to get started today. Right. As mentioned in the recipe, I asked for some white sugar and some brown sugar. Now, of course, if you don't have both, you can use one or the other. That's absolutely fine. So we're going to go ahead and start with our brown sugar. And like I said, if you've only got one sugar, grab your white sugar. So Zainab, if I could get you to measure, we're going to use our handy little cups. If you have your measuring cups, you want the quarter cup. But Zainab's going to use this so she can show you exactly where that would be. So we're looking about there. That's about quarter cup. We want that full of sugar. Okay, so quarter cup of brown sugar, Zainab, and we're going to pop that into our mixing bowl. So here we go. If you've just joined us, guys, welcome to Mini Chefs Live. We are making something quite interesting today, and this recipe came up as an extreme error. So a while ago, we baked something and misjudged some measurements, didn't we? But what happened, the end result was pretty nice, wasn't it? And these kids, they gobbled it all up. So you know what? We're going to keep this recipe. And this recipe is called our cookie bomb recipe. So it's not a cookie, it's not a cake, it's a cookie bomb. That's because it's really high and risen, and it's like cake inside with a crispy cookie on the outside. So it's definitely a winner in our kitchen. Yeah. So we've got a quarter cup. We're weighing our sugar, everyone. So we're just doing our sugar first. If you've got your brown sugar and white sugar, then we're going to do a quarter cup of brown sugar. Halima, I don't know if that's a hi or a wave. If you've got a question, honey, pop it in the chat below and we can get that answer for you. Chef, see, you're able to lower hands on the side.
Okay.
Okay, so we have here a quarter cup of sugar. Well done, Zainab. We've measured it up to about there. And we're going to pop that in our mixing bowl, just like that. Now, brown sugar is really soft. If you go for the soft brown sugar, it's very soft and it's got molasses in it. Molasses is like a sweet, sticky sauce and syrup, and it adds a nice caramel texture and flavor to our bakes. So into that quarter cup of brown sugar, we're going to add the same amount of white sugar, so a quarter cup of white sugar. So Zainab, I will let you get on with that. So you can actually measure that out with a normal cup measure. So we're going to add a quarter cup of white and a quarter cup of brown sugar to, oh, is that a quarter cup? Okay, so let's just do half of that then, to our sugar. If you only have one type of sugar, I want you to weigh half a cup of that one type of sugar, okay?
Oh, this is going to be hard.
Right, let's do that the other way then. Pop that one out. I have some very tall, thin storage containers, so they can get pretty tricky to get those in. So what we're going to do, we're going to go for a quarter cup. I can do this for viewers. Let me know how you guys are getting on. I'm really excited to let you know who the winners are for this week's baking, from last week's food art challenge, right?
Yeah.
We had some real difficulties choosing the winner this time because we had such amazing entries. So I've got about a quarter cup of white as well, and now that's going to go in with our brown sugar. Now, before lesson, I had asked you all to weigh out some melted butter. We finished. Well done, Javeria. Great, good speed, girls. So we asked you to weigh out some melted butter. If you haven't weighed your melted butter, quickly get that in the microwave for a couple of seconds. Get your parents to give you a hand. Here we have a quarter cup of melted butter. So then if you could pour that into your sugar mixture, we've got a quarter cup of melted sugar, melted butter. Again, that would be about there, okay? Just under half is a quarter cup of melted butter. Thumbs up when you've got that part done. Just put that over there. You don't want any icky things. And don't forget, guys, when you are live and doing stuff with us, we're really grateful to have you here joining in, but you must tidy up at the end. And we hate tidying up, but you know what? We have to help our mums and dads with all that mess that we create. So make sure you guys tidy up at the end of our baking session. So we've got our sugar, quarter cup of brown sugar, quarter cup of white sugar, and a quarter cup of melted butter. What do we put in the sugar? So we put in our quarter cup of melted butter into your sugar. Hope that answers your question. So we're going to go ahead and get our mixing spoon, whatever you've got. It can be anything. We're going to mix that sugar and melted butter together. So Zainab, go ahead with that for me. So if you guys haven't got your melted butter ready, this is your time to get it ready, put it in, and give it a nice little mix. If you've just joined us right now, welcome to Mini Chef Live. If you have joined us a bit late and you're unsure about what we're doing and you want to catch up, add it in the chat below, and we will definitely get your questions answered. Yes, Chef Sophie,
I can't see the name, but do we put it in the sugar?
We put the butter, melted butter goes straight into the sugar, and we're just going to mix that up with it. And what it will end up looking like is wet sand. So give me that there. So what I have here is a mixture that looks very much like wet sand. Can we see that? It's a gloopy, icky sugar mixture. So what we're going to do with that sugar mixture, with the butter in it, we're going to put that on the side, and we're going to move on to the next part. Same. Yeah. Thank you. Right, so we're going to go ahead and get our one egg and get cracking. So how many of you guys have actually started cracking eggs at home and helping mums and dads in the kitchen? Excuse me. I'm going to get myself a glass of water. Bear with me 1 second, everyone. So Zainab, we want to have one egg. Do you remember how to do it? So I want you to tell the audience over there, tell the viewers how we crack this one egg. Yeah, but you don't want to talk to them.
You hold it like a soldier.
Hold it like a soldier.
You tap, tap, tap until you hear the crack. You hold it like a heart and push your thumbs in and open it.
Push your thumbs in and open it like a door. Hold it like a soldier. Tap, tap, tap. When you hear the egg crack, you pop your thumbs in, do the heart shape and open it like a door. And hold it over your bowl until you've got all that lovely extra egg mixture out. We don't want to waste any. We just want the one egg. This was backup in case you broke it. But we're good. We have a question. Yes, Sophie.
Do we have to add chocolate to the recipe?
No, you don't have to add chocolate to this recipe. If you don't have any chocolate at home, it's absolutely fine. You can add raisins, you can add any other dried fruit chopped up, or you can add nothing. It's absolutely fine. But chocolate chip works really well. Raisins also work really well, as does cinnamon. I'm a massive fan of cinnamon. We all know that now. Right, so we've got our one egg, and our one egg is going to go in our sugar mixture. So add your egg to your sugar and butter, and just mix it up for me. And then thumbs up when we're ready to move on. And don't forget, we are now open to all. So our videos can be shared to all your family, your friends. The links that I send your parents, they can forward that on to absolutely anyone. We have now also gone live on YouTube. So hello to everyone who's joining us from YouTube. Thumbs up for Fiza Ibrahim, they have done their section. Anyone else? We have chocolate magic stars. That's absolutely fine. You can break them up a little bit so there's slightly smaller, and you can pop those in. But we're not putting the chocolate in just yet. So hold that chocolate on the side. Fantastic. So we've got the sugar, the brown sugar, the white sugar, the melted butter, and we've just popped one egg in there. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat below, and then we can get those answered for you. Welcome everyone. If you joined us late, you can ask any questions and we can help you guys catch up. Fantastic. We've got lots of smiley faces and lots of emojis coming through. Thank you for joining us again. This is week 1, 2, 3, 4. This is week 4 of Mini Chef Live, and we are going to be continuing every Thursday. Yes, we are going to pop the egg in. Well done, Smeya. So put the egg into your sugar mixture and just mix it up for me. And then we can go ahead and move on. We're going to pop that on the side now. And we're going to get a bowl, another bowl. Got a bowl? Yeah. Yep. And we're going to grab our flour this time. Also, I forgot to mention, if you have any vanilla extract, which was also an optional, I don't have any left. If you have any vanilla extract and you want to use it, I would like you to use a 1/4 teaspoon. I have a measurer here, but you can also use the tip of the teaspoon, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and that can go into, sorry, half. I'm getting it all wrong. I'm getting it wrong. So it's 1/2 teaspoon, my apologies. So 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Bear with me, if you don't have this measuring spoon, not everybody has these at home, you can use a medicine spoon. And what you need to use for a medicine spoon is the smaller side. So half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, if you're using it, would now go in the sugar and egg mixture. Right. I'm not using it because I don't have any at home. Well, I'm not a fan of, okay, someone's not a fan of something. We can watch those people commenting. Right, okay, so now we're going to move on to our flour. I'm using plain flour for this recipe. If you didn't have any and using self-raising flour, that's absolutely fine. It does work better with plain flour because we can control the raising agent of baking powder that's in there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to weigh 1 1/4 cup. So 1 1/4 cup of plain flour into a separate bowl. There we go ahead. Big Chef got a cough today. So that's 1 1/4 cup of plain flour. And remind us, Zainab, when we measure a cup, do we go up to where we drink, if it was a drinking cup?
What?
Right to the top, so we want it nice and full, right to the top, guys. How are we getting on, everyone? I hope we're doing really well. So we've nearly got 1. So if I show you what Zainab's done here. So she's got 1, but if you can see there's a tiny little edge there, so she's not quite there. We're going to add a little bit more. And just don't worry about the mess because we will be cleaning that afterwards. We want to get nice to the top. So that's going in that bowl. And then we want 1/4 more. I'm going to add that 1/4. I'm going to count the this is a tablespoon, but we need 1/4 more. So that's about 3 extra tablespoons, not too heaped, just slightly full, or you can measure it in there. So I've added 3 extra tablespoons, or it's 1/4 cup. So that's 1 1/4 cups of plain flour. Now into our plain flour, do we add vanilla in the bowl? Julia, if you have your vanilla extract, you would then add that to your sugar and butter and egg mixture. You can add your vanilla extract into there, and that's 1/2 teaspoon. This is our dry ingredients in a separate bowl, okay? So we've got our plain flour, 1 1/4 cup, and to that we are adding a 1/4 teaspoon, which is just the tip of that, or half of that one, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder to our plain flour. So if you could go ahead and do that. We don't hold on. That's a teaspoon, that's half, so it would be half of that because it's 1/4. So tap some out, keep tapping out. How are we guys getting on at home? Is everyone doing well with this? It's a really nice, easy recipe. If you are really good at this and you're very fast, I do apologize. I do have older and younger children and some adults, so I want to make it easy for the little ones too. So do bear with us. Okay, so into our 1 1/4 cup of flour, we have put in, what have we put in there?
Baking powder.
Baking powder, not baking soda, they're different things. And how much baking powder? How much baking powder? Who can tell me how much baking powder? Zainab doesn't know.
Teaspoon.
1/4 teaspoon.
Oh,
1/4 teaspoon baking powder. So we've mixed our flour together. Yeah, are we done? So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our bowl of, yes, well done, that is 1/4 teaspoon, well done. So we're going to get a bowl of our dry and we've got our wet ingredients. What we're going to do is we're going to tap all our flour into our wet ingredients and we're going to mix, but we're not going to over mix. We are going to do the folding method. So that is go around the bowl and over and cut through the middle. So around the bowl and cut through the middle. There we go. So Zainab, if you could do that for me until that's nicely mixed together. Make sure you stay tuned to the very end of the lesson. We've got some excellent entries for last week's food challenge competition. I'm really looking forward to showing you. It was really, really hard to judge, wasn't it? Really hard to judge.
Really.
So excellent use of stuff at home, some really pretty pictures. So well done everybody out there who took part in the challenge this week. We are setting another challenge today, so you all have a chance to win next week if you don't win this week, and prizes will be sent out to you. I do apologise for the delay to get prizes sent out because of the current situation. There are some delays in us receiving the stuff, but fingers crossed everyone will be getting their prizes soon. So how are we done? How is everyone doing out there? Have we got that mixed in?
Yep.
Yeah. Mix that up. I'll keep mixing that up now. That's it. Okay, so now I have my mixture.
It's a biscuit.
It's like a biscuit dough, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's meant to be.
So meant to be a biscuit dough. Right, so hopefully you guys have measured well. If your dough is too thick and you're not able to squash it, see, I am able to squash this with a spatula, so it's got some sort of stickiness to it. If your dough is too thick and dry, maybe your egg was a bit smaller or you've over measured some of your flour, which is easy to do because don't forget we are using cups, so everyone's going to do it slightly different. If your dough gets a little bit too thick, you can add a touch of milk to this recipe. We don't need to, but we're going to do it just for you guys. And also, Zane, if you left a little bit of egg in there in your shell. So a touch of milk. But when I say a touch of milk, we mean about a quarter teaspoon, if that. So let's go ahead and loosen it. But if your mixture is gooey like ours, and it's like this, it's like wet sand, then you're good to leave it like that. We're going to show you if it's too dry, how you can add a tiny bit of milk just to loosen it up. All right? There we go. And of course, if you measure this with the actual measurements, then your recipe will come out just fine. So make sure your quarter cups and your half cups are all coming out perfect. Now we've got our paste mixture. Into that, we are putting our chocolate chips. So this is where you would get your chocolate chips, or your smarties, or your raisins, whatever it is. If you don't have any, don't worry. To this, we are adding half a cup of chocolate chips. Now I've got some really quite nice Calibo chocolate drops, but that's because I baked with the cake business. But you can use any chocolate chips. You can even chop up some chocolate or a chocolate bar. It's absolutely fine. So we're going to go ahead. How much is this? Half a cup. So half a cup, don't worry if you don't have enough. If it's less, if it's more, it's absolutely fine. How are we getting on, Chef Fatima? Any comments? Nothing yet? Everyone's doing good out there?
Everyone's working hard.
Everyone's working hard, fantastic. So now I have weighed up my half a cup of chocolate chips. These are called chocolate drops. You can use whatever you have. Yummy. Not yummy?
Yummy.
Yummy. Ben's fasting today, aren't we, Zena? How's that going for you?
Okay.
It's okay? Good. Okay, so we are going to mix that in now to our cookie mixture. This one, do you want to have a go? No? Is it too hard for you? You enjoying watching? Fantastic. So mix that chocolate in there for me, guys, and let me know how you're getting on. You might need some help from mums and dads because you've got to get some elbow grease into this one. And what you should have is something like that. So if you see, that's really sticking to that spoon. And it takes a lot to get it off. Oh, all my chocolate chips are falling out. So it takes a lot to get it off. So let me know if you're ready and you're done. And we can move on to the next stage. Or I can do that for you. I'm going to race on because I actually don't have any of these cooked from before to show you what they look like. Because my kids ate them all, didn't you?
Yeah.
You did. So we're going to get our tray now.
Some people are saying they're ready.
They're ready, fantastic. So we're going to get our tray. With me. And we're going to, I'm using an ice cream scoop. You don't have to. You can just use whatever you've got. So we want a nice tablespoon of your mixture if you don't have an ice cream scoop. I have an ice cream scoop, which you've seen me use before. It makes it easier for me. So I'm going to scoop a nice amount of mixture. And that's going to go on my tray. And there you go. So you want to keep these cookie bombs quite spread out. They don't spread too much, but depending on how wet or how dry your recipe was when you weighed it, it will determine how much they spread. So just to be safe, we keep them spread apart. So I'm going to make about, I believe, 6 of these, or even 5 of these. We're going to pop those in. So there we go. I think we can get one more. And remember, if you ever want to make more or less, and you want to repeat these recipes, you can always halve them, you can double them at home, that's absolutely fine. So I have 5 of those big mountains ready to go in my oven for 12 minutes at 190°C. So I'm going to quickly go and pop those in, and I'll be back in just a second to talk to you. So get those in and thumbs up when you've done your tray and your cookie bombs are in the oven.
So we've got some comments from YouTube. We have some people saying that this is such a lovely idea. And we've got a really sweet comment saying that they love the little girl. Let's have a look.
Oh, we do love Zainab. She's a bit shy today, but you should see her on her YouTube and her Instagram. So Zainab has her own business, and it's called dont.tellmum, and it's on Instagram, and you can find her at dont.tellmum. They bake, her and my son, they bake some amazing cakes and goodies that are on order, so you guys can go ahead and order those whenever you like. So do check these lot out on at dont.tellmum on Instagram. So now, kids, if you've got your stuff in the oven, thumbs up for us and tidy up. Don't forget to tidy up. So I'm going to give this a little wipe down. Zainab, if you just pop all those things in the sink for me. And then we are going to move on to the second session, and that is the exciting part. We get to share all our amazing competition entries with you right here live. So if you took part in the competition last week, we will be showing off your work. So make sure you stay tuned.
Is the second part not the eating and tasting part?
No, Chef Steve, we do not eat and taste. And you're fasting. He's fasting. He's trying to eat one of our cookie bombs. I think you need to wait a few hours. How many of you guys are fasting out there? These are going to smell amazing, so be careful. You've got to keep them till later. Of course, if you're not fasting, you're not part of Ramadan, then it's absolutely fine. Gobble those up or give them to your little brothers and sisters, but make sure you keep some for yourself. We have another question? Yes, Chef Steve?
How long in the oven?
12 minutes in the oven. They should be a nice golden brown on the outside, and then they should be good to go. If you're unsure, you can always pop in a toothpick in the middle to check that they're done. Any other questions?
What gas mark, please?
Okay, 190°C, which is around gas mark 4, just above gas mark 4, which should be fine. 4 or 5 if you've got the fan oven, 4 is fine. Otherwise, gas mark 5 is also fine for these. These are okay. They're quite a flexible cookie. They're not a cookie. They're not a cake. What are they?
Cookie bomb.
A cookie bomb. So we made these up one day because we made a mistake, but you know what? We love them. And the best thing about them is they have less butter and less sugar than a standard cookie. Cookies are loaded with sugar. They are good, and we'll be making cookies as well at some point in our live mini chefs, won't we? Yeah. Fantastic. So is everyone good for us to move on? We are going to now have a look at our entries for the week. Okay, we'll let Chef Hasib set up. And before he sets up, let me tell you all about what's going on in the future. So we are going live on YouTube every Thursday, 3 p.m. If you guys don't get a chance to watch, or you want to share with friends and family who didn't get a chance to watch, you can catch us again at a later time when you're ready to go ahead and give it a shot. So we will be on there. You can watch pre-recorded videos, which will make it a lot easier for you guys. Also, previous recipes, anything that we've cooked here before and you didn't get to write down the recipe, or you didn't remember the recipe, get your parents to message me or contact us here, and we will get a full list of previous recipes with measurements sent out to you guys, including today's recipe. Anything else, Chef Hasib?
We're ready to go?
We ready to go? Let's check out food art challenge from last week. So anyone who entered, well done for entering. We've got some amazing entries here. We're going to start the slideshow. Okay. So here we have Mariam Numan, age 5. This is absolutely fantastic, isn't it, Zainab?
Yeah.
So what do you like about this one?
I like that. It's colourful and it's creative.
Okay, and we have Alishba Mughal, age 10. You're going too fast.
Oh, sorry.
Go back to Alishba. And what we love about this one is the lights on the actual ice cream, right? I really like that. What an excellent touch that was. Well done, Lishba. Our next entry is Fizza. Well done, Fizza. We love this 3-tier cake. Such amazing detail. And it says Ramadan Mubarak. So it's a Ramadan cake. And we also have, apparently, which I couldn't zoom in now, but when she sent them to me, she sent me the mini chef sprinkles. So all these little sprinkles are actually handmade mini chef sprinkles, and the flowers are beautiful too. So well done, Fizza.
Well done.
Iman Chowdhury. Iman, well done. This is a great, nice, modern, square, three-tiered cake. And it's got some very pretty ribbons going on there. I think we'd serve a lot of people with that, wouldn't we, Zainab?
Yeah.
I think that's a great wedding one. What do
Yeah.
you think? Yeah? Well done, Iman. Ismail Wahid and Yusuf Wahid, well done, age 7 and age 8. This is very pretty. This would be a perfect Indian wedding cake because of all the lovely like Indian details on there, right? We've got the beadwork, we've got some very pretty things. And I love how you've made the candle at the top as well. That looks really great. Well done, you two. Iman Abbas, this is stunning, isn't it? This is really, really clever, isn't it? So we've got a nice, it's very clever that she's an upside down Eiffel Tower, don't you think? So we've got an Eiffel Tower upside down, we've got some hair scrunchies on there, and we've got a little flake sticking out the top too. These are all fantastic ideas. I absolutely love everything everyone sent through. Let's have a look what's next. This is Aisha Patel, age 8. Rainbow cakes are really trending at the moment. So this one really hits the spot with that. In fact, this cake looks a lot smaller than it is because if you look close enough, you can tell those sprinkles are actually Lego. So this is quite a big design that's probably done on the carpet somewhere. And it's so pretty, very simple, very pretty, very elegant. We love a good rainbow cake. Well done, Aisha. And we have Halima Mughal, age 12. What a beautiful design. Look at all that detail that's in there, Zainab. Can you see all the things that she's used to fill up those gaps of tears? All that color. This is very, very pretty. Oh, sorry, we have a question from Jerome. What happens if you add a lot of baking powder? If you add a lot of baking powder, it will obviously increase the rise. But the other issue with baking powder, have you add too much, Javeri? Is that why you're asking? Let me know if you've add too much. If you add too much baking powder, then sometimes it can taste bitter. Baking powder, oh bless you, Javeria. Can you let me know how much you've added if it's too much? It can taste a little bit bitter. You can have the baking powder taste in the back of your throat. Let's hope it's not too much and you might have just saved your bake, so don't worry too much. Halima, well done. It's very pretty. And I love the carom board pieces because I love carom board. So I'm coming around to play. Mariam Ali, age 6. This is a gorgeous, cute little cupcake that she's put together with some arts and crafts. And I love the sprinkles on the top. And it's 3D. We love 3D stuff, right? Yeah. This is very, very clever. So well done, Mariam Ali. Your cupcake looks yummy. Isa Akhtar, age 8. Well done, Isa. We love your cupcake. That looks awesome. And look at what he's done to put it all together. We've got some bags, some backpacks, we've got some scarves, and look at the fire on top of that candle. Isn't that incredible? It's with orange sandals. Very clever. Well done. Amina Mughal, age 9. Well done for this. We love your cupcake case, how it's put together with all those wonderful felt tip pens, and you've got lots going on top of cupcake too. I love those sprinkles. Sprinkles were a big winner this time, weren't they? Yeah. We loved all the sprinkle ideas that people have. Well done, Amina. Idris Akhtar, what a clever idea to use Lego. That's a very, very cute little cupcake and it looks super yummy too. So well done, Idris, for your entry as well. And Anna and Sophia, age 9 and 5. Well done, girls. I love the toilet rolls. Don't we love toilet rolls? So we all have a giggle about toilet rolls nowadays, don't we? With this current pandemic and people going crazy. Look, Nyla, who is their mum. Now we know where all the toilet rolls have been going. We love this. And what's best is that robot topper. I love the robot topper. But this week's winner is Hannah Mughal, age 6. Well done, Hannah. What a beautiful ice cream cone. We love all the detail. And I think what won for us was the waffle cone, wasn't it? Yeah. We really like the waffle cone detail. So well done, Hannah. But there's a little twist in this week. We have joint winners. Who is our second winner this week? Well done, Ibrahim Imran, age 7. This was one of the first entries that came through this week, actually, and we loved it from the moment we got it. You know why we loved it? Because my kids thought it was a real cake, because there are cakes that are like this. So we have the Hulk smash coming out the top. We have all these superheroes. We have 2 tiers. And what really sold this one for us was the amazing detail that he'd gone to. hand drew all those characters to go on his top tier. So the effort that Ibrahim has put in, I think, is really commendable. So well done, Ibrahim Imran. You are our winner this week, and so is Hannah. So well done, you two. So you will be getting your prizes soon. Well done to everyone that entered the competition. I'm going to now talk to you about next week's competition, if I can find the design. Can you go and find the design for next week's competition? Okay, so guys, next week's competition is going to be slightly different. So we are going for something that you have to draw. Now the idea is, so the idea is to design a cupcake with the weirdest, wackiest, craziest toppings that you can think of. So Zainab has an example for you. Hold it nice and straight for me. So if you can see Zainab's cupcake there, she has designed. Can you let everyone know what you designed?
I've designed
Hold it up there.
I've designed it as a bumblebee cupcake with worms and snails coming out of the icing, and I've added some ears and a couple of wings.
Fantastic. So I want weird and wacky cupcakes, and what would be extra great is if you give me a description of what you've done, how you've designed it. And we love glitter.
Yes, we do.
We love glitter. We love stickers. We love anything you can get on there, but the crazier the cupcake, the better. So this week's challenge is crazy cupcake design on a piece of paper, arts and crafts, drawings, colorings. You don't have to make it crazy. If you don't have glitter and other things, don't worry. Just a lovely coloring, some lovely drawing would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah? So well done to Hannah and Imran for winning this, Ibrahim Imran, for winning this week. I add 1 teaspoon and a quarter. Okay, a teaspoon and a quarter, you might get away with that, Trevor. I think you'll be okay, but you may have quite a big rise. So, but I do say to you, try it again next time with the proper ingredients, because it will come out nicer. But it will be absolutely fine, so don't worry too much. Do we have any more questions? Because I can see there's lots going on in the chat. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry, this is all about learning. So don't worry if you didn't get it right. You can watch me again on YouTube. This is going to be recorded, so make sure you check us out on YouTube. We have a couple of seconds to get out of ours, so hopefully I can show you before you guys go. So then if you go around behind the camera, you can get the gloves out for that. Fantastic. How is it going for everyone? Have we got any questions? Is there anything anyone wants to ask us before we leave the session today? You can hear my noisy oven over there. Let's have a look. I'm going to be with you in just 1 second. We're going to check these out. So make sure you guys are checking yours out on. Yeah, I think we're good. We'll bring them over. So we're going to show you anyway. Then go and get me another one. Right, I'm going to show you my bakes. They do need to go back in the oven for a few more minutes to go a little bit more golden. That's why they're going. So this is what I have. So if you can see those, these are called our cookie bowls. Mine are still a little pale in colour, and they need to go in just for a touch longer. So this is exactly what you're going to get at the end of it. So let us know how you found it. If they're yummy, if they're simple, we're going to pop those. Chef, can you pop these back in just for 2-3 minutes, and I think that'll be great. So well done everybody for joining in. If you've got any questions, they look yum. They do look yum, right? They do look yum. And the best thing is they're not as sweet as cookies. And well done again to all the winners. We are going to say goodbye from Mini Chefs. Are we going to say goodbye from Mini Chefs?
Bye.
But before we go, we are going to be on YouTube every week. We are on Fatima Elizabeth Phrontistery's YouTube every week. And also, I have started my own YouTube channel called Cooked by Sophie. So check us out, follow us, subscribe at Cooked by Sophie, and also Fatima Elizabeth Phrontistery. Thank you again for joining us here at Mini Chef's Bag. Don't forget, your next week challenge is a crazy cupcake. Get those entries in. Also, mums, dads, whoever's watching, I don't know who follows me. I don't know who's here today. It'd be lovely if you send me a text message and just say, we joined in today. So I know exactly who's here, and I can give some shout outs to some kids next week. So that would be great. So everyone, take care. Enjoy those cookie bombs. If you want the recipes, get your parents to text me and I'll send them through. Take care. Bye. Oh, go on, question?
A question about self-raising flour or plain flour.
Okay. So for this recipe, we use plain flour so we can control the amount of baking powder. If you don't have any, don't worry, you can use self-raising flour because of lockdown. I know how hard it is for you guys to get your ingredients. So don't worry, everyone, just do what you can at home, chop and change the recipe if you have to, and I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. So thank you, everyone. Take care.